Well, hello everyone. Today is April 22nd. It's Friday. I actually took today off. I didn't take yesterday off. Just because I knew we can get a lot of rain. I mean, so much rain, it's just flooding everything, and Houston's getting it all the way up into this area, and it's just... So today I knew it cleared out yesterday. It rained yesterday morning and it cleared out. And, so I knew today was going to be a really nice day, so I decided to take today off instead of yesterday. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of stuff to this bike. And you think a lot of it would be easy, but the first thing I did was I took off the old front tire. It was a Michelin Pilot Active, a rear tire mounted in reverse, and I got 25,000 miles out of that tire, and it probably could have went more. Oh, it probably could have went a lot more, but I just wanted to get it on before my wife and I took a trip in June. We're going to go to the what are we going to go to? Four Corners, Monument Valley, Zion National Park, North Rim, South Rim, Grand Canyon, then down through Sedona, Jerome, and then turn around and then kind of come back home that way. But it's probably going to take at least 11 days. I took a couple days off at Monument Valley, or one day off at Monument Valley, one day off in the Grand Canyon to do some touring, so I don't know if we'll need whole days. If we don't, we'll make it a little quicker. But anyway, put the new front tire on and found out when this bike was new, the right caliper was leaking, and I find oil all over the front of the bike, and I'm thinking, what am I running into? A lot of oil on the roads, and here I found out it was the caliper that was leaking, and it leaked from the very beginning when it was brand new. So after a while, I torqued the bolts on the caliper, and after a little while that stopped. But anyway, what had happened is those pistons kind of got gummed up, and they weren't working correctly because of the leaking from the very beginning. And so when I put the new tire on, I saw one of those brake pads. I mean, the left side where I'm sitting on, the left side they're all really good, but the right side, only one pad was worn down almost completely, and the other pad was okay. So I took apart the calipers, took it off, all the brake fluid, and kind of put it in a pan, let it drain there, and I took it completely apart, and I lots of WD-40, and I was squirting around those pistons, and I worked them out, and I cleaned them up really good, and then I put them back in, and they're all freed up. But the biggest pain was brake fluid, and so I got the front brakes bleeded, and they're working fine. So then what I did was I don't know why I pulled the back tires off, just to kind of pull the back rims off, and I saw that the back tires were kind of down to the wear bars. So I took the tires off. Yep, hold on, phone call. Well, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call on my headset. I was trying to set up a photo shoot. But anyway, where was I? I was talking about the front tire, brake calipers, but I got the new Avon Trike tire, and I got it put on after I replaced the brakes, or the brake pads on the right side, and fixed the caliper. But then I also got, I was talking about my rear tires. So I took those off, and they were down to the wear bars. So I pulled them off, took them to what was that, NTW, NTB, or whatever, and had some some new tires put on the rims. I think my rims are 245 45 R17, so they're big car tires on the back. So I had those put on, and I already had the trike jacked up, and the old ones come off pretty good because there wasn't a whole lot of tread. So I'm trying to get the new ones on, and I'm thinking, oh my God, these things don't even fit. It's the same size tire. So I'm trying, and I kind of jerking around and scooted it kind of off the jack, so the bike is kind of cockeyed. I'm thinking, oh crap, I got the wheels off and it's nothing but brakes. So I kind of jacked it up again, put the jacks under it, and it kind of slipped off and just didn't screw anything up, didn't come down on the brakes, but God, I just had a hard time. So anyway, I'm fighting it, and I couldn't get them on, so I said, screw it, I'll just come at it again the next day. So what I had to do to get those rear tires back on, because they don't fit underneath those fender wells on this Motor Trike Razor, I had to deflate the tires completely, inflate the air, inflate the rear suspension to 80 pounds, and it took the axle and brought it back down a little bit. So I had to go to 80 pounds on the rear air shocks and deflate the tire, and I finally got them on. God, was such a pain. I'm thinking, okay, when they build these trikes, they have the wheels and tires already on them. Then they mount the trike to the bike, and then they put the rear end on it. And I'm thinking, God, how are you supposed to do this? Put new tires on? You got to disassemble the entire rear end. But I got it. It's just a huge pain. So now I got new tires all the way around. New tires on a new tire on the front, new tires on the back. I went with the Avon trike tire on the front, and it actually feels pretty smooth. What else I had to do? When I took a trip to Amarillo, and I've had this happen before, I've usually run a power cord underneath here, and then there's like a power adapter, like a cigarette lighter kind of power adapter in here. So I'm always riding, and I don't know if it's just the vibration, it always kind of seemed like it worked out. And this thing was always telling me, oh, can't power it, you're running off of battery mode, can't power it, and it just drove me nuts. I was always opening something, shoving it back in there. So I got tired of that. So I ordered I don't know what you call it, but it's a little adapter thing, and I wired it to the battery auxiliary, and I run it underneath the seat and up through here. And so now my GPS is running off of the auxiliary, so it never comes loose and says it's not charging, that kind of crap. And I can still take it off because it plugs into the back of there. So I've done so many. That's probably why I haven't done a lot of videos, only since I worked on it. But what a pain. Anyway, I do all this. Oh, another thing I found, when I had the back wheels off, I had the brake recall done at a local power sport place in Georgetown. And they replaced the master cylinder over here, and they had to bleed the brakes. And on my rear brakes, they're really huge, thick car brakes. I mean, they're huge. But there's a bleeder on the top and there's a bleeder on the bottom on both of them. Well, they took the top bleeder off, and they couldn't get it back in, so they just cocked it in sideways and maybe just 2 threads and left it there. Both of them. So they're probably leaking, because I noticed I always had to put brake fluid in this rear master cylinder kind of thing all the time. I filled it up 3 times already since they repaired it. So I emailed them. I made an appointment for today, but it was so nice out, I didn't want to do it. So I got to take it back over there, and I'm probably still leaking from the master cylinder that they put on, and probably that they cocked those bleeders in there and didn't even put them back in. I even emailed Motor Trike, and I was wondering if it happened there, but said, no, you need to take it back to whoever did that brake recall and have them fix it. So I made an appointment for that, and I'm not paying for it. That's crap. They're going to fix this thing like it's supposed to be fixed. But anyway, I guess that's enough of video. I'm out for a ride. I don't know where I'm going. Anyway, bye. Long video already. Bye.